Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of Popular Topics. Today we'll be discussing teen pregnancy and some of the problems that surround it. One of the biggest of which would be the shows like Teen Mom and 16 is Pregnant, where they over-glorify the challenges of being a young teen parent. Well, first, I'd like to let you know, if you're one of the few people who thinks you're going to make it famous due to the fact that you had a child and things like that, well, 30% of all women had a child when they're in their teens. So there's a very slim chance that you're going to be the one that's picked to be on TV. But if you want to know what your life will really more likely be like, 50% of you will not graduate high school. That's right, you got other problems in your life now. You have to feed your child, you have to take care of it, and things like that. Sometimes you're not able to get someone to watch the child, so you might end up having to go onto welfare, in which case 50% of all women on welfare start out as a teen mom. And on top of that, say you're with this boy who you think's going to be the perfect one, you guys are going to get married and things like that, and you're going to have a child right away. Well, there's an 80% chance that you're wrong. Because 80% of teen fathers don't end up marrying the mother. Due to that, be more responsible. Think it through before you have a child. I have friends and family members who ended up having kids at a young age, and there's all different types of stories. But one of the most popular ones is they struggled a lot. Some of them are still struggling due to the fact that they had kids at a young age. And I bet if I went back and asked them, most of them would have done things differently if they had known how it would have turned out. Some of them did do really good. Some of them are still with their parents. I'm not saying that all the time it's going to be negative, but you do need to think it through. I don't think that you're mature enough to decide whether or not you can have a child when you still are a child. 18, 19, 20 years old, you're still learning what it's like to be an adult. You're just entering the phase of being an adult. You're not quite yet ready to make that decision on whether or not you can bring a child into this world. So please, for the child's sake, make sure you're ready for it. And I'm not saying that you need to be able to have the mother and father together to be able to raise the kid happily, but it's more fair to try and make sure that's the right person. You don't want to just have different dads and have the kid wondering where the dad is and this and that. Sure, there's a chance it's going to happen, and then you can deal with it at that point, but you shouldn't go looking for that problem. You should be thinking about these things. Think about the fact, I need to get through high school before I can have a kid. Obviously, right? You got to make sure that you're suited to take care of the child, so you're going to get your education so you can take care of the child that you decide to have later on down the road. Second of all, if you decide you don't want to continue your education, work on a career path. Work on making sure that you have a stable job and that you'll be able to take care of that child that you bring into this world. Guys, remember, kids are not cell phones or other things. You don't just decide that you want them because it's fun and then put them down whenever you're bored of them. As a child, you have to be taking care of it 24/7. You have to make sure that at all times they are taken care of. It's no longer about you. As soon as you have that baby in you, it's about them. And I'm not trying to say that all the time it's a teen parent that decided that they wanted to have the kid and that's what happened. I understand mistakes happen. And I understand that there's other things that are going to go on. I know that as much as I would like to tell you all to not have sex, I know you're going to have sex. So at least be smart about it. Put on a condom or something like that. And then, on the rare occasion it does happen, take care of it. Love the kid. And remember that that kid is no longer, that your life, is no longer about you. It's now about that kid. You need to do what's right by them. And if you like this video, please give me a like down below. If you'd like to add some comments, good, bad, or indifferent, or you just have ideas for another video, let me know below. And as always, please make sure you subscribe. That way, if you have an idea or you like what you hear, you have a chance to come back and listen to it again. Thank you guys. Have a good one.